Hey everybody, this is model Wendy Ramage, better known as the Mississippi Bombshell. Yes, Chris and Chad, I may be way out of your league, but I'm definitely in your fan base. Now here they are, my friends Chris and Chad, and you're listening to Bottom Feeder.
Wow, people love us.
Somebody does.
We get some applause.
And there's by no chance is that a sound effect. There's actually a bunch of people outside the house.
Let's hear it, guys. Give it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They brought signs too, but that doesn't really transfer on the radio.
I tell you, that Wendy Ramage, she is a trip.
Yeah, she's something else, man.
I get a call from her. I'm sitting at Cheeseburgers yesterday, drinking a dogfish from some dirty lines out in Delaware. And I get a call from her, and she said she just got booked on doing some motorcycle commercial or something like that.
On Maury Purvich?
Yeah. So I said, you know what? This might be a good opportunity since her show airs on Monday, and once she hears it, she's not going to want to talk to us again.
So you got to get her in as much as
Yeah,
possible?
so I figured maybe I could get her to do some promos. I was like, are you up to cut some promos? And she goes, yeah, of course. Yeah, send them on over, and when I get home, I'll call the hotline and lay them down.
I thought she was cool with the show, though. Didn't you talk to her?
Well, she was cool. She hasn't heard the show. She was cool with the interview.
Fine.
Yeah, but there was a lot of things that went on.
Afterwards?
Yeah, that she didn't hear.
Or that she did hear.
That she will hear. So, I mean, maybe she will be great with it. I mean, I always do that thing where I thank people for having a good sense of humor when I think we've offended them. I just want to thank you for having such a great sense of humor.
Well, I actually got a chance to check out some of them pictures because I wasn't really, I didn't sell for her because Brian found her, so I figured, whatever. And
yeah.
She really ain't that bad looking. And in all the poses that she's in, you really can't tell that she may or may not be a plus size model. She's squatting, and so you can't get a whole gist of her body.
I think she's pretty. I mean, she's definitely, you can tell she's got good angles.
Oh, definitely. Good angles. Lots of angles.
Yeah, lots of angles.
And curves. Don't forget about the curves.
Lots of curves and angles.
There's an angle going on there.
So I sent her 6 different scripts, and I was thinking, like, you know, some of them are kind of benign, and some of them are a little edgier. So I was thinking, we'll see what she's comfortable with. So I sent the first one was, hi, this is model Wendy Ramage. When I'm not busy pressing my bare breasts against a muscle car, I'm listening to Bottom Feeders Radio. Now here's 2 guys whose only regret in life is that they will never sleep with me, Chris and Chad.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
She actually does that for a living.
Sleeps with me and you?
No. She presses her breasts against cars and takes pictures.
Isn't that how you discovered her?
And then I sent her another one. This is Mississippi Bombshell Wendy Ramage, and if I wasn't married, I'd be all over Chris. Chad, on the other hand, I'm already over. Now here are the bottom feeders.
She's already over me?
Yeah. This is model and clothing designer Wendy Ramage. Now you notice I'm working all her shit in there for her because I don't want her to change.
Because the people that don't know who she is, they still don't know who she is. But at least she's giving her a brand.
Yeah, Wendy's a lot of things, but she's not funny. Though
I don't know. She doesn't have a chance to be unless that's part of her act is promoting everything she's ever done.
Designer Wendy Ramage, and I've got plenty of bottom to feed these 2. Here's Chris and Chad, right? Good line.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. This is model Wendy Ramage, and you're listening to Bottom Feeders Radio. Now here's the only 2 voices I want to hear when I'm in the shower, Chris and Chad.
Hold it, Magaro.
This is Mississippi Bombshell Wendy Ramage, and like I told you to, we know how to dispose of bodies out here, so watch what you say. Now here's the boys, Chris and Chad. Now any of those would have been acceptable.
Well, the body one she talked about.
She doesn't pick a single one. She writes her own.
Because you didn't advertise Salvo Auto Parts. You didn't say anything about Entenmann's snack cakes. You didn't mention anything that she could plug.
I just don't understand. Simple directions.
She plugs everything but the show. That's what she does.
And she was a sweetheart for doing it at all. I just, why do I take the time to write these things?
Somebody's got to say them.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether they're capable of saying them or not, Brian. Come on. Come on through, Brian. Make room. Make room.
Oh,
he's got shots now. Hang on.
I know. What time is it? Shots. It's not even noon.
Brian,
wow. Nice job.
Fuck, Brian.
Spilling shit. So I see we got
That's our show.
I see we got the newest the newest copy of Dundalk Life here.
Dundalk's about to have a new street life. Fuck me, man. A brand new goddamn beer.
That's what you're more mad about is the beer?
Yes, of course.
What else will I be mad about?
The mess of it.
Yeah.
Fuck the mess. That's what Renee's here for.
That's why Chad doesn't drink and drive. He's not worried about hitting people. He doesn't want
Yeah.
to spill his beer.
Right. Good Lord. All right, let's try this again. I hope you got everything you need back there, Brian.
Hit a bump in the road.
It's probably going to be your last trip through this passage.
You hit a bump in the road called Brian.
Yeah, I'm bumping my life. Right now, I need a bump.
So we have a hastily thrown together show for you today.
No, it's well prepared. What are you talking about?
Today, we are going to talk about who has made deals with the devil. We all have a list of people that we feel fairly certain have made deals with the devil.
We know what that's about. We all know what that's about, right?
Yeah, and we will get to that in just a minute. What did you do yesterday? Anything?
Made my list.
Really, you spent all day working on this list?
Well, I mean, in between watching wrestling and not doing anything else. I'd throw a name out there, and then I'd spend the other half of the time trying to decipher who Brian has on his list. Where do you hear some of these names that he got on his list?
I can't wait.
I have a feeling he has a combination of two of the world's worst terrorists, all combined into one
Into
name.
one man.
Into one name. And Justin, you got a list too, right?
Hey guys, what's going on?
I bet you we're not going to hear of one single person on Justin's
that we're going to
list.
recognize.
Yeah.
Justin's list is going to be
His neighbor,
Maybe.
that fucking cook in the back that always screws up my hamburgers.
the
Yeah,
chick at
dude.
McDonald's.
Yep.
No, I spent a lot of time last night.
His mom.
Maybe.
She's on his list. That's why I'm here. My mom made a deal with the devil.
Yeah, that explains a lot.
That deal involved sex.
So I guess the deal trickers down to him.
What do you guys think? What are you guys getting at?
So, did you put a lot of thought into this list? How quickly? Because I know I reminded you to make sure you had your list together. Did you start your list after the second time I reminded you? Be honest.
And it was after after the second time Chad did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got
Was that even later than my reminder?
It has to have been.
Chad and I talked on the phone, and then like an hour later, he sent me a text message reminding me to do it again.
Well, I can't really make fun of you for it because I procrastinated mine until this morning. I sat down
Oh,
this
Jesus.
morning.
So I did the
Really?
most work on this? Me and Brian did
Yeah.
the most work on this list?
I sat down this morning and put my list together, but I've already known in my head. Like I think that all the time.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah,
you
I-
always wonder about certain celebrities and certain people.
Yeah, and I know that the majority of Hollywood is Satan worshiping junkies.
Yeah, well, that's why they have the Illuminati.
Or Scientology?
Well,
or-
Satan worshiping junkies.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you have to have money to be involved in that.
You know,
crap.
when I was making up my list, I came across more people on my list that I wish would make deals with the devil than I think that actually have. I'm like, I hate that motherfucker. Why don't he make a deal with the devil? Just go away.
I've decided that my dream job is to be the guy that puts the lotion on
Ronda
Rousey's
Rousey?
face so the punches slip off. What do they put on there?
Stitched her in.
Vaseline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be the guy that does that. That was actually kind of hot.
I thought you were going to say you wanted to be the guy that brokers the deals with the devil.
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad.
You wouldn't be like
job
the devil's
either.
agent?
Like you could be like the lawyer on Breaking Bad.
Look, we'll give you
Like
this
Bob
and this.
Odenkirk.
But I talked to my client. The devil is going to demand this in return.
Yep, and you'd have to have bad hair.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, I've actually got on my list. I've actually got some of the people I know what the devil demanded in return. Like some of them he took upfront payments.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and some of them, everything goes. Some of them their soul is good enough. Like he wants their soul so bad that they can just have a great life, and he gets their soul. Other ones, they're already sketchy characters anyway. So the devil's like, look, I need something right now, and then
That's pretty much what I did.
Just-
I got the ones where the devil's already cashed in. I mean, he got his.
Oh, so he took it during the lifetime.
Oh, he let it happen. He gave him all he wanted, but at the end he said, "That's time for to take it all away."
Oh, see, my list is a little bit different, but we'll get to that in just a minute. What was I going to talk? Oh yeah, so yesterday I go to Jersey, and nothing went right yesterday. I drive all the way down there, and I realized
How
that
could it? You were going to Jersey.
the keys to my
It was
truck,
all wrong.
because I need to move all my stuff out of the house like by the 1st of next month.
Just burn it and get new stuff.
I should.
Set the whole house on fire.
Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been a good idea a year ago.
Did you already get paid for that house yet?
I get the money once everything's out. They cut me a check.
So if you leave one apple core laying around,
it gets deducted from my check.
It voids the check.
Exactly. The guy, when I talked to the guy about how this whole process works, he actually said that a clothes hanger. He said, if you leave a clothes hanger, it's going to cost you.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're going to leave a lot of stuff there, dude. I've been to your house. And there's stuff everywhere. You don't even live. I think there's more
two
people.
Marriages worth of stuff.
And they still live there, the marriage couples. You just don't live there anymore. That's how big this house is, Justin.
So I just bought a truck
there.
so I could move all my stuff. You know, that helped. Well, that wasn't the main reason, but it was part of the reason I bought a truck.
The show's doing that good.
So I get down there, and I realize that there's two sets of keys, and I don't have the keys to open the bed of my truck because it's got that cover on it. So now it's like I go all the way down there. I can hardly bring anything back. Like I can put some pictures. Yeah, I brought back a bass guitar and a banjo. Some pictures.
Whatever you could slide in the back of that bed, Justin, because he has the cover on it.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, so that's his way of being lazy. He accidentally forgot the keys, or all the heavy stuff's got to stay in there.
For now.
He's trying to get me to go with him to move some stuff because he wants to go to see Dave. But I'm thinking, Dave lives south of me. Jersey is north of me. Why are we going to go north to drive to see Dave? Oh, maybe you could help me move my sofa.
It's the triangle.
Yeah.
Now all my furniture's wicker, so it's not hard to move.
You got a rattan bed?
Yeah, when you live alone as long as I have, you buy light furniture.
Wicker. Well, just shop at IKEA.
Yeah, I have.
For wicker?
No, I actually ordered the wicker.
I thought they only sold lock blocks for IKEA.
I make all my furniture's made of lock blocks. It's easy to disassemble. It's not compatible with other furniture.
It's not going to have it's not going to have phony parts. It's not going to have Legos. They ain't going to skimp. Wow. So how much more stuff do you have left? Because I don't hear you going to Jersey that often.
I try to go on the weekends. I try to go on like Saturdays.
Just like an up and back trip?
Yeah.
Like literally up.
I'm usually back by like 1 o'clock. Of course, yesterday, I had a check sitting in the mail for me up there, so I figured, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to go out to eat, 'cause I've been eating like once a day. So I was thinking, maybe I'll actually go out to eat. Because there's nothing less pathetic than a man going out to eat by himself in a restaurant.
I don't know about that. Actually,
I can agree with Justin on that one.
Speak for yourself.
I figured you were going to go out to eat as opposed to staying home and not cooking something or ordering food.
Yeah, I'm not cooking.
Of course, you're not cooking.
Yeah.
Do you even know how to turn the stoves on?
I do. I turned them on. I
that's right.
made some Texas toast the other day.
You needed them for heat.
For the dog.
You have a good life. Sounds like you have a lot going on.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's awesome.
It's wonderful. The good news is I did put in a solid 14 hours. I slept a solid 14 hours the other day.
Zequel.
Oh, it was just amazing. I met my 14-hour goal, so I've upped my goal to 16. So I'm excited about that.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
A lot of sex going on during that 14 hours.
Yeah.
A lot of sex.
Right.
You can fit a lot of fantastic dreams in 14 hours, pal.
Yeah, I know, especially as long as I last in bed. A lot of sex going on. Actually, there still isn't any sex going on even in my dreams. It's been so long since I've had sex, I can't even dream about it anymore.
I would ask Brian to go get the snare and hi-hats, but I'm afraid he'll spill your beer.
This time I'll be away. Well, you can do the after. Post-production.
Everything in post.
Yeah. And Justin's got he got some new material.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good to have Justin in the house. Justin's going to be handling all our.
And of
our
course,
sound effects.
we've already established that Nacho's in the house.
Yeah.
The co-executive fuck up.
He made himself known.
Good Lord.
You won't give me a mic? I'm just going to spill your drink.
Knock everything over.
They'll know I'm here.
In about 2 seconds, he's going to tap me on the shoulder, ask me for a cigarette. Then he's going to tap me on the shoulder, ask me for a light for that
What
cigarette.
is his running tab now? What is it up to?
Well, there's 2 pages.
Oh, yeah? We don't have a total, though? You don't keep a total?
No.
We just got to add it up?
At the end of the day, add 15% gratuity.
That's only if he walks out and leaves his card.
Yeah. I'm sure this tab's going to get paid. See, Brian's on my list, by the way.
Oh, people that sold their soul to the devil?
Yeah.
I'm not buying that.
Yeah, I'm not either.
There's no
Well, you
way.
heard the
What
way-
did Brian get out of it?
You heard what he was talking to you about.
Oh,
the
he got
other
to
day.
live here for free
Yeah.
and all the
But
cigarettes he can smoke. He sold his soul
But
cheap.
at the same time, you can never leave the house.
Yeah.
You can do all this stuff for free, but you can never go anywhere.
Yep.
You can go just to church.
The best years of your life.
Free.
The devil would do something like that, like only let you out to go to church. That sounds like something he could laugh
And then he would
out
laugh
of.
at sucker. That'd be the best. No, I started rolling. When I got my list going, I mean, names just started popping out of my head, and I'm just like, oh yeah.
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 Well, I mean, we can go ahead and
You got anything else you want to talk about?
not really. Like I said, it was a hastily thrown together show. Well, unless you want to talk about this magazine, because I am amazed that there is a magazine called Dundalk Life. I mean, I can't believe.
We get it somehow because we were on the mailing list for the Baltimore County Community College. So
Okay.
we get books and stuff all the time coming.
Well,
to the
that
house.
would explain the articles on how to pay for college. Tips on how to pay for college.
and birth control ads and
Because this
pregnancy
definitely
tests.
looks like your average Dundalk household.
Let me see.
No.
Is it a row house? No.
The beautiful daughter and the successful father.
Unless that's the young,
sitting at the breakfast nook,
that could be the young girl that the pedophile picked up on the
Yeah,
on the internet.
planning how they're gonna pay for college. Yeah, it should really be a picture of TC3. She should have like tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it should be like
A nose piercing.
They should be reading like The Cat in the Hat, and the girl's like 24.
Oh, look, here's an article on helping local women. I thought I tried that.
I know, right? I've given up.
Yeah, I think I've given up on
Let
that.
somebody
one
else help them now.
here. I've tried as many of them as I possibly could here in Dundalk.
Actually, no, I can't say that I helped them out. I help them out by not riding real fast by the puddles next to the bus stops. I don't do that. All right, I'll let them slide on that. That's just rude. That is nasty.
Promoting a healthy lifestyle at the Y Swim Center. There's a Y here in Dundalk?
I'm sure there is. It's
Why?
yeah. Well, I mean, because nobody can afford to go to all 5 of the gyms that are in the same strip mall.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? I don't see anyone around here that looks like they're actually.
I was ready to say there's 5 gyms, but nobody in Dundalk is in shape.
Yeah, of course they got a Taco Bell right next to it.
Right.
Burger King.
A pizza joint.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a bar every 2 blocks. I don't see any of them closing down.
Right.
No.
A gym.
Oh, speaking of gym, Dundalk's gyms. A look at 2 other facilities in the area and what
Jim
they have
Freeland.
to offer people interested in fitness.
Dundalk Jim's a heck of a nice guy.
Dundalk gym.
He's a good
Dundalk,
guy.
I give him $1 every time I go through the red light.
at the corner of Halliburton and Dundalk Avenue. That's Dundalk Gym.
That's
man.
Dundalk Gym.
I'm gonna start yelling at it when I ride by in the mornings.
Oh, here's something that really just screams Dundalk. Having a can-do attitude.
Can do.
Unified Community Connections recognizes a Kenwood High student for hard work and determination. I'm sure there's plenty of high students in Dundalk, and Kenwood especially. As a matter of fact, they're probably all high.
Yeah.
You know, the majority of prostitutes I pick up are from Dundalk.
Really?
Yeah.
How I have a problem avoiding eye contact with them. Do you find that to be an issue?
no, I like that.
Well, most of the time they have one eye going one way,
Yeah.
one eye going the other way, or they have a patch on one eye.
Yeah, that is kind of true.
I've seen some of these
It makes it
Dundalk
more erotic.
prostitutes.
It's
Did
more
it-
erotic.
They tell you they're from Dundalk. They admit to it.
I just assume because they're in this neighborhood. Well, not this neighborhood where we're recording, but you know.
Yeah. Easy killer.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
The office is here.
I'm just saying, not in this neighborhood, but the next town over in Dundalk.
I might pick them up, Justin, but I ain't driving them home. So if you see them walking around here, they're probably leaving my house. The office is here.
Exactly.
I run into that problem. Like the problem with prostitutes is the odd eye contact. Like when I'm driving down the road, I tend to I'm a people watcher. I just look at everyone. And once you lock eyes with them, now all of a sudden they start jogging. Like if you're pulling into the
Yeah.
gas station, they're in a hurry to get over there.
Well, that's because
Yeah.
he's walking down the hallways of the schools and stuff, just staring at girls, and they look at him. They start walking fast. That's what you're talking about, right? Or that's me. That's what I do. I want to see. I used the excuse to go and see my brother's friend who teaches at the school at the top of the street,
Yeah.
and who I don't really like him. But I know he's working there. I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop in and see you one day, buddy. I'm going to stop in just to say hi.
Yeah.
And I'm in there, I'm asking all kinds of questions where 9th grade math is, and I'm looking for all the hot chicks looking for Matt. But he's a shop teacher. Why I'm looking in the girls' locker room for a shop teacher is beyond me. Found a lesbian gym teacher.
He didn't happen to like lose his arms and legs in a shop accident because that would make his name perfect.
Couple fingers.
Yeah, Matt.
I don't know what he's teaching him how to do other than cut off deer heads. He has like 50 deer heads in his freaking house. It's scary. It's like Lauren Green's Wild Kingdom in there. Mutual of Omaha.
Yeah, that's what that guy Jim Willie that we interviewed. He's like his house is like that. He's got like a room that's just nothing but dead animals. Yeah, and I remember in his old house. I remember me and Stephanie went and stayed there one time, and that's what the spare room was. It was just a bed, and all the way around the room,
all was mounted.
Yeah,
and stuff.
It looked like the cover of like of Straight Outta Compton, but it's deers and stuff looking down at you
instead of Ice Cube.
Yeah, instead of Ice Cube. Oh, here's a problem facing many Dundalkians. I'm glad that this magazine is on the cutting edge issues. Hard water can be tough on home appliances.
Ooh,
because that's the biggest problem here in Dundalk. I'm sure it's not meth.
No.
But that hard water, man.
What is hard water?
It's water that you can't lather your soap
do you have to drink it with a knife and a fork? Is that is that what it is? Does it come in a block?
It's water that never goes to Pussy Town.
Hard water. We don't even have good water here. I think I'd rather have hard water than the water that we already have.
Holy crap, you have a local author? Oh, never mind. He lives in Timonium.
No, his name's Arthur.
That don't count. You don't get to do an article on a local author in Dundalk magazine, and it says Dick Elwood is a Timonium resident.
You got Dundalk Jim, local author.
Oh, look, he was a Baltimore City police officer. I bet he knows my dad, 1965.
See, that's how far we had to go in Dundalk to find somebody who had a credible career.
I know, they had to go all the way to Timonium. Like, we got nobody to write about.
We have a small business owner going to be on the show next week. He's from Cockeysville.
Yeah.
In the next issue.
They should do a probing inside story on, how many people are buying
upcoming events.
Yeah. How many people are buying Coors Light and thinking it's Budweiser in the local bars.
Oh.
Upcoming events. What do we got coming up in Dundalk? Anything fun? Oh, the Mummies of the World exhibition.
That's the Science Center.
Yeah, that's not in Dundalk.
Exactly. Why are they... Really? They'll do anything to make this place look like people want to live here.
I think in Dundalk we have like the knife throwing contest.
Yeah.
Oh, here. This sounds like fun. Book bindings from the Gilded Age.
Right on. When is that? Is that going to be at the library?
Wow, I can't wait because honestly, I can't tell you how many times I've wondered about book bindings from the Gilded Age.
How about at the top of the street when we're going down Wise Avenue and it goes into Hollenberg? That church on the corner, that library.
Yeah.
That always has them things on there for classes. It's like
it's like ridiculous
introductory internet for like seniors or whatever.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
One day I'm riding through there and I'm looking and it says author Bobby Starr talks about his book. And I just couldn't get a picture fast enough of it.
No way.
Yes, but of course it wasn't Bobby Starr.
It wasn't the Bobby Starr.
No, I wanted a picture of it so bad.
Because he's not finished his book yet.
No, he ain't finished reading the book yet.
Yeah.
His book's gonna be just about as big as that pamphlet you got there.
He wrote about Vader by accident, put it down, and never went back.
Yeah. He couldn't finish the story. He's up to 94 in his book.
Oh, Brooklyn's Winter Olympics. I didn't realize Brooklyn had Winter Olympics.
Yeah, they have a big hill down there on Cherry Street. They all just slide down.
No, they do it on Pratt Street.
That's a flat road.
I guess they race.
What are they They ain't closing down Pratt Street for the Baltimore Olympics or Dundalk Olympics. They wouldn't even close Pratt Street when the guy had a gun at the office building, the state building last week. They didn't even close Pratt Street. They didn't even close it for the that race we had. Traffic was still going on as normal through that Tour de France we had.
Oh, here's something exciting. Story time with Spirit the dog.
I've met Spirit actually.
Oh, have you?
It actually is a pretty good experience. It's fun, very very exciting. Lots of cool tricks.
Join Spirit, the education assistance dog, as her human companion. Ann Gerhardt of the Snyder Foundation for Animals introduces you to dogs through stories and art.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's an awesome experience.
I usually just let him smell my hand.
Yeah.
I don't know why we need all that.
Hump my leg.
Yeah.
Just here, have at it.
Yeah, it's just fun.
That's all I got at New Year's anyway, was over at Clint's house. For some reason, his gay dog just loves to hump my
How
leg.
was that party, by the way?
It's what a 40-year-old party is nowadays. They make a big circle of chairs in a big room.
Bunch of food.
And they all just sit around and talk. And we watched Clint's daughter play Grand Theft Auto. And
Nobody wrestled.
And we did commentary of what she was doing. That's how great it was. So I wrapped it up about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Clint tried to start a fire with wet wood and wet cardboard.
Yeah. I can see that happening.
Josh made a fire pit for them.
Josh almost made my list of deals with the devil.
Yeah. I mean,
He got bumped.
really.
Yeah.
Honorable mention.
Yeah. Well, we can have 11 on our list.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, if there was 11, that I would definitely have Justin Jones on there. Because how else could you explain the tremendous international success of Cat Bathroom?
Well, I mean, obviously it's a great song, and the music video that goes with it is pretty awesome.
Well, that's the conclusion.
That's two ways. I mean, that help.
The conclusion I came to, Justin, was there's no way the devil helped with that song.
No, there's no
When I
need- no
when I
need
thought
for
of the
that.
other albums that I know the devil helped out on, I was like, there's no way the devil helped.
He
with that
called
song.
in sick that day. He made a deal with the devil's secretary. The devil's neighbor.
Oh, you guys, and you're kidding.
He made a deal with the devil's janitor.
Devil's backbone.
It's all right. It's all jealousy. I know. Okay, guys.
Well, Justin, why don't you find some good intro music for the for
Way
our,
to put me on the spot like
for our
that.
list of people that make deals with the devil?
How about something?
How about the intro to Deal or No Deal?
About fire.
How about that?
Oh, here we go. Keep that going.
Twilight Zone?
All right, how do you want to do this? Do you want to just have everybody break out their list and we'll do like we did almost with the hip hop show? We'll all
Just go around.
We'll start with 10 and work our way down to 1.
Sure, we can do that.
All right, should I start? You want to start, Justin?
Why don't you start? You put the most thought into this. Go ahead and start.
Apparently I did. Brian did.
Yeah, it was like within the same thought of, should I have a beer right now? No, I'll wait till I get to Chad's. Oh yeah, I gotta do that list.
Yeah, in the car.
Yeah. Number 10 on my list of people that sold their soul to the devil, and this really doesn't take any explanation at all. I think we all would agree on this guy, Dane Cook.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He's not funny.
Yep.
Yeah, and how can a comedian that's not funny get that big?
But has the devil cashed in yet?
Oh, I don't think the devil's cashed in unless like cashing in is the respect of your peers,
Right.
Because I don't know any comedian that would consider like Dane Cook a comedian's comedian.
And then after you slept with every single starlet in Hollywood, they all
Yeah.
talk about how lousy you were in bed. Is that
Exactly.
part of the
That's
deal?
horrible too.
I'll give you every single girl once.
And Justin, you're a comedian. What do you think of Dane Cook?
Oh, he's genius.
Yeah.
What are your biggest? The reason you started doing?
Show him
comedy?
your tattoo, Justin.
Yeah, I got a
Dane Cook tattoo?
tattoo right here on my leg. If you want to take a look, here. Let me pull down my pants real quick.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
No, really, I want to show
I
it to
believe you. I've seen Dane.
But you haven't
Too
seen
much.
him. You haven't seen the tattoo I have on my leg, right on my thigh. Let me just pull this down.
Yeah, he's a,
I'm not used to seeing his head surrounded by roses, but I'm not
Yeah,
sure
you
what's
like
going
it.
on.
when has Dane Cook ever been on a cross?
Well, he's a good man. He's very funny, very talented, obviously.
Well, who did you? Yeah, very rich, very, very. What do you got for number 10?
For me,
Yeah, who would you possibly have?
Nelson Mandela.
Oh.
Why?
Yeah, I knew. I think I told Brian yesterday that I bet you Justin has Nelson Mandela. He did not make a deal with the devil.
That guy definitely.
Yeah,
made a
there's
deal with
no
the
way
devil.
Nelson Mandela made a deal with the devil.
He told the devil to go fuck himself.
Yeah, and that's why he ended up in jail for 27 years.
No, everyone knows he was in jail because he was a sex offender. He's in jail. This is what I don't understand about Nelson Mandela.
Are you telling me he ran around South Africa ripping booty shorts?
Yeah. So this guy goes to jail for what, 30 years because he's a sex offender. He gets out and he becomes president.
Making bold statements.
And he becomes president of Africa.
president of Africa.
He's president of a continent.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was he elected president of Africa?
Nah, I mean, that's what happens. You make a deal with the devil. You become the leader of Africa. You know, you're a rugby team.
Why would you want to be
wins.
the leader of Africa?
No, people were trying to lead their way out of Africa.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to be? They have a north. They have
Yeah,
South
you want to lead
Africa.
people out of Africa. That's
great.
what you want to do.
It's nice.
Mandela's Arc.
That's what you want to do.
It's nice.
Mandela's Arc.
They have great
Yeah,
weather.
escape from Africa.
Great weather, great coffee. It's a great place.
Who was his running mate?
I hear their AIDS is fantastic.
They had the best straight AIDS.
Best AIDS in the
Yeah,
world.
As pure as could be. It's not
100%.
Uncut.
Yeah, exactly.
If he was the president, who was his running mate? Was it one of them Kenyans that win the Olympics or win the marathons every year?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was Shabak Allah.
I hear their AIDS is so good you die during intercourse.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
As soon as the penis is exposed.
You go out on top.
Yeah.
The thing about Mandela is, like, here's a guy that's never going to die. Like, just the other, like, about a month ago, they had that big birthday celebration for him. Obama was there. He took the selfie. They had a huge birthday party for him.
It was his funeral.
That was his funeral, Justin. He is dead.
All right, Brian.
Ew.
So we all agree that Justin's pick for number 10 it definitely is not true. There's no way Mandela made a deal with that.
Yeah, I didn't.
What was your number 10?
Well, I mean, it's possible he did.
Number 10 for me? John Holmes.
John Holmes. I could see that.
Big Johnson slept with every girl in the world, dies of AIDS.
Yup.
After he has this big reputation and he can't, and every girl wants to sleep with him, he can't sleep with them anymore because he's in Africa.
I see your theory. You always operate under the theory that the devil is collecting. Like, you wait for the devil to collect it and you say, oh, that's what happened.
Yeah.
They have a deal with the devil. So John Holmes got to live this great life as a porn star, humongous penis,
And then suffer of dying
and
of
then
AIDS.
he dies of AIDS.
Right.
Of course he dies of AIDS.
It's almost
That's exactly what the devil would have happen.
right on. And
Because God forbid you should be able to have sex for a living and not die of AIDS.
have a big dick and sleep with all these girls and his life be so great and just die at 150 years old of natural causes.
Here's some John Holmes for you.
When you just happen to have
He just happened to have someone that could be.
Campaign. He's totally incompetent. Sleeper X commercials will be laughed off of television if you approve his campaign.
Well, that's very interesting. I never thought to.
Well, he was also a fantastic actor.
And I'm starting my
Did he
own
sell
Is
cigarettes?
this John Holmes runs for president?
turkey.
What is it?
I'll bet you could. What you say is very interesting. In fact, you're very interesting.
Is this from the Candy Striper movie?
We're interested,
Maybe.
and you will give
I've seen this one.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen this.
We'll talk business later.
Yeah, but I think John Holmes definitely is one. Most of my list
Yeah,
is
good
people
one.
that have cashed in. The devil has
Good
cashed
one.
in.
I operated under a different theory. See, I always operate under the theory that like John Holmes, you would say that, okay, that guy obviously is living a life of what would be considered like sin or something. See, I operate under the assumption that the devil never wants to be like considered the devil. Like, he likes to hide in like good places.
Right.
He's a liar, so he can't even call himself evil. He's like, I'm great. I'm good. I'm the good guy. The devil thinks he's the good guy.
I'm going to give you everything you want.
Yeah, the devil essentially feels disenfranchised by God. He got kicked out. He's like a bitter, disgruntled employee.
God waits for you to die before
Yeah.
he collects, and it's supposed to be all great. Well, I want all great while I can still remember it.
Yeah, so most of the people on my list are people that most people would consider like good people.
Right.
But I think they made a deal with the devil.
Right. So we just have different like definitions of the
Different
deals.
theories on how the devil's deals work. Brian, what was your
I know,
number
Brian,
10?
who could you possibly have on your list?
I got J.F. Kennedy.
JF Kennedy.
I think-
Why would you think that JFK made a deal with the devil?
Well, he ran the country and then got shot in his convertible.
Because someone murdered him, he made a deal with the devil?
I think I understand what he's trying to say. He was loved by the world. He was going to be the world's savior, and he got to be president, and all was going to be well. And the devil says, "All right, well, here's my receipt."
Well, if you would have said that he got to sleep with Marilyn Monroe, and the payoff for that was getting your head blown off. Like I would say that sounds like a devil's deal, right there.
Forget about running the country and being loved by millions. If you get to have sex with Marilyn Monroe,
Yeah.
you're getting your head blown off.
I honestly, because if someone said to you, like during that time period, hey, you can run the country and be loved by millions. First off, running the country isn't fun.
No.
It's not fantastic.
Obama's finding that out
Yeah,
now.
you see how quickly these presidents age. It's a miserable job, and they make all the money afterwards.
It's kind of thankless too. Oh, it's very thankless.
'Cause you-
it doesn't matter how good you are coming in. Everybody hates you in 2 years.
I'm looking on Facebook at some of my friends who hate Obama and stuff like that, and man, they find the littlest story.
Yeah, to
that's
get
out
upset
there.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they're like,
exactly.
I can't believe impeach this bastard now.
Well, that's the thing about being the president is they actually treat you like you're responsible. Like you're running around doing everything. Oh, the website don't work? Why'd you fuck that up, Obama? Oh, gas prices are going up?
Yeah.
What'd you do that for?
Shit.
Why didn't you make more jobs, Obama? They act like like you're a magician.
Why are we running out of pigs?
And that's true of any president, though. You know, I mean, it's like, oh, you know, you got to go to war. Like, oh, why are you killing all these people, Mr. Bush? You know, it's the whole deal.
Yeah.
So the presidency is a thankless job, but sleeping with Marilyn Monroe. Okay, if you got her in a room, all right, and someone says, and someone whispers in your ear,
You got a text message?
like, hey, your head is going to explode in 4 years if you go through with this. I mean, you say to yourself, you go, oh,
he weighed
it's
the options.
Marilyn Monroe.
He weighed his options.
4 years seems like a long time. I'm going to be extra careful.
Yeah. I'm gonna ride with my top down in a convertible.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask where the Pope Mobile is.
You know, now that you mention that, it's almost like he knew it was coming.
Oh yeah.
It's like he's like, well, this is what I get for sleeping with Marilyn Monroe.
I gotta make a clean shot for the guy.
Exactly. You know what, Brian? That's not so crazy. I think I agree with that pick.
Well, what do you got?
Number 9.
Where do you hear someone let the rest of these names on his list?
Number
I'm telling
9
you.
is an obvious one.
Oh.
Oprah. Yeah.
See, but I put her on my list of people that I hope make a deal with the devil. What was?
I think there's no doubt Oprah made a deal with the devil.
It's coming.
And let's face it, it's the total, like, when you do, like, satanic stuff, it's always stuff spelt backwards, too. You know how they always do that? If you're listening to, like, a rock and roll record and you want to hear Satan, you play the record backwards. Remember back in the day? Oprah, she calls her company Harpo.
And that's short for the devil's
That's her
production
name. It's her name
studio.
backwards.
That's what she works for. The Harpo is that Greek or Latin for the devil?
Harpo actually stands for Hell Ain't Ready People. Oh!
That was really good. That's awesome. I never thought of it like that, but that actually does make sense.
But yeah, I think there's no doubt. Oprah is too beloved, and this is the big trick the devil likes to pull, in my opinion.
Turn him heel.
Well, the devil wants people to think that if you're a good person, you wind up being rich. And that's like the greatest lie ever. Because money is the root of all evil. And it's only douchebags that are able to acquire money. You know Oprah runs a tight ship. You know, there's no way. She ain't that sweetheart behind the scenes.
That's what she bought that school for in Africa. It's a sweatshop.
She's Wayne Mahaffrey behind the scenes.
Good Lord.
Because that's how you make things happen. You gotta be a douchebag.
She's racist too.
Of course she is. Why wouldn't she be?
She can afford to be.
Yeah, she should be.
Yeah, I know.
I'd be disappointed if she wasn't.
She's got an all-white staff. That's really screwing up. That's really being racist. I got the best cooks in the world. The best. They're all white. I'm sticking it to the man.
So Oprah, obviously. So who'd you have for number 9, Justin?
Can you bump up the audio real quick for
Yeah,
the?
no problem.
This will give you a little clue.
Flavor.
Chuck D?
Nope.
Flavor Flav?
Ice Cube.
Okay. Well,
Why'd you play Public Enemy?
that's a great.
Oh, you were playing Burn Hollywood. Wait,
It was Burn Hollywood Burn. I just thought that was an Ice Cube song.
it is on an Ice. Wait, no, it's Burn Hollywood Burn isn't even on an Ice Cube album, is it?
It doesn't even matter.
You know more about Ice Cube than me.
Because here's the thing. Ice Cube. Here's a guy.
It's a great
who was,
song, though.
Here's a guy who was.
You can let Burn Hollywood Burn play.
A mediocre rapper.
Yeah.
His success really didn't come until after he made a deal with the devil. I mean, he wasn't a very good rapper. He wasn't very successful.
You're just trying to upset me, aren't you?
He makes a deal with the devil, and he becomes a huge movie star.
At what point do you think he made the deal with the devil?
About the time that the movie Are We There Yet came out.
You know what? I could agree with this, and here's why. Ice Cube legitimately made something of himself before that. I mean, he was the brains behind NWA.
The writer.
But he was always gangsta. The devil don't like gangsta. It's too obvious.
Well, NWA never even was that popular of a rap group. I mean, they never really made it.
Are you on the same show that we're on?
Yeah, are you on the same planet?
I mean, here's a guy.
They
He was
changed-
struggling.
Nobody's heard of them.
They changed hip hop permanently.
He was struggling to make it as a rapper, and then all of a sudden he has.
They're the
huge-
reason kids like Brian exist today.
Yeah.
That thing like Soldier Boy's cool, or like
NWA was
Vic is cool.
NWA was so cool and so popular, Justin, that they went on tour with the Great American
They
Bash.
made
They
big-
came up with the Great American Bash, the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup, Starcade was because of NWA.
They
I
made
never-
making bad decisions cool. But I mean, they created gangster rap.
Yeah, and all that's great, but really,
Oh, that's great.
yeah, that's wonderful and all. But did you ever see Barbershop 2 or Poetic Justice? That's when the man got big.
Well, I gotta say, I totally agree with the fact that if he was gonna make a deal with the devil, like for that second breath of his career, I think that he absolutely did make it when he started doing family films, because that's exactly what the devil would do.
Right.
Is make benign family entertainment that just sucks people's money out of
And
their
it
pockets.
steals your credibility.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
He's on that TV show.
It makes you look like an asshole.
He's on that TV show Law and Order, CSI, whatever.
Now he's confusing them with Ice-T.
I'm just saying, like, the dude he struggled for a while, but now he's blowing up. Like, I'm
'Cause
happy for him.
He's married to Coco.
Yeah, whatever. He's got a wife. He got the kids. He's living the American dream, if you will.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Okay, I gotta tell you, I'm kind of surprised at some of these picks, but you guys are explaining yourselves well.
All right, I'm going with Princess Diana.
Number 8 is Princess Diana. Good one.
She spent all her life in front of cameras and loving every single minute of it.
And doing all the charity work that the devil loves, because
Yeah.
that way nothing leads back to him.
Yeah.
That's how the devil keeps
In
keeps his
disguise.
hands clean. Yeah, exactly.
And here she is. She has to wear the best clothes all the time. She has to be in the spotlight. Every picture has to be of her. And how does she die? Running from them same cameras, flashes and stuff that got her to where she was.
Because what better way to rub God's face in it than to sign Princess Diana? Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you sign Princess Diana, you're like, oh, yeah, here's this chick that has done so much for the world, but guess who she just signed with, God?
So what? So Devil's got a booking meeting, and he has a crew of guys there, and he goes, well, who you got? You're not going to believe who I got, Mr. Devil. I got
So what do you
Princess
offer?
Diana.
What do you offer? I mean, that's exactly it. You offer her the princess-ship, right? Because she's already this great person doing all this charity
She
work.
wasn't born into the
And exactly. And they hated that he married her. So, like, the devil's like, look, I can get you in with this guy. And he wasn't a great guy. The prince was not a great, like,
And look what-
person,
and look
or
what
he's
he
not
left-
into charity. That whole family's uptight, and
Look
they
who he
shouldn't even
cheated on her
exist.
with. Camille Parker Bowles. I mean, she's an ugly mess.
He even cheated on her. So, but for her to get that power to do all that good, she had to give up her soul.
Yep. Pretty
And
much.
Michael Jackson wrote a song about her, so that was probably part of the deal too.
What's are you
Dirty
gonna say,
Diana.
Dirty Diana?
Yeah. You got the whole Michael Jackson song going. That was probably in a contract somewhere. We'll have a hit #1 song for you.
But it's gonna cost you.
It's gonna cost you your soul.
Michael Jackson's got to be on somebody.
Oh, I'm sure he's on some. He was. I even got a couple of texts from some listeners. And Michael Jackson was the #1 most named person on my list. From all the listeners from the hotline and on
Yeah.
Twitter and stuff like that.
They were all saying Michael Jackson made a deal with the devil.
Oh yeah, I mean, as soon as we mentioned,
It's almost too obvious.
well, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, I wrote him down. He was one of the first names I wrote down. But then my name started getting okay. Well, everybody's gonna know Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
I think his deal with the devil you can actually read online.
And, yeah, no, it wasn't even a secret.
It's on his Wikipedia.
There's a YouTube video of it. Him actually signing the papers. But that's who I think. I think she really. I got a couple other names I'm not even too sure of. I even had to ask you about one of them yesterday. Why do I know this person?
But that was a good one, though. That was a good one.
Well, I got a
And
question mark
when we
next
get to
time.
that one, I got a lot to say.
All right, Brian.
All right,
you
Brian,
got
you're number 8.
should be number 9.
No, we're number 8. 9. I had Oprah.
I only said one, so I'm on
Oh, I guess you are on 9. I guess. Oh, it starts over with me. Never mind. Go ahead.
Lindsay Lohan.
Why?
Well, dude, she was like famous, then started smoking
Hot.
crack cocaine, meth. Now she looks like she's 60 years old.
Well, that sounds like a person that just made some bad decisions.
Yeah, but dude, she was famous and now she's nothing. You don't even hear about her no more.
She made what I call a real bad deal with the devil.
Yeah, she did look, if she made a deal with the devil, and so did every child star. She was a child star.
She didn't even get nothing really out of the deal. Her millions of dollars was only like $4 million.
Yeah, and isn't she on house arrest now?
Probably all the DWI she got caught doing.
How do you know about her? Did you meet her online in your little group of house arrest people?
ASAP. You saw her at ASAP.
Well, that's not bad. What do you think, Justin? Lindsay Lohan? I think she made a deal with the devil, but I think she made a really bad deal.
Yeah, I tend to feel sorry for her. Like, she made it too young. She made the deal too young.
And her parents were the ones that brokered it, so they were in on the deal. They look, we'll give you the mom and the dad.
I think it's more likely like she had really bad parents.
They made
a deal with
they made deals with the devil.
Yeah.
The whole Lohan. Anybody named Lohan?
Whatever happened to her twin sister?
Oh no.
How come like Lindsay?
Ashley Lohan.
Yeah, Lindsay gets. They make that movie together.
Sacha Baron Lohan.
They make that movie together, Parent Trap, and then Lindsay gets all famous and everything, and then her sister you don't even hear about anymore. I don't know. Maybe that's what the deal was. Like she'll become more famous than her sister.
You are on fuego today.
I know, right?
Thank God.
Mucho caliente. So that would be up to you now, Chris?
Yep, now we're at number 8. I'm sorry, I jumped a little ahead. Another obvious one, Adam Levine. There's no way this guy didn't make a deal with the devil.
He made a deal, but I just can't wait to see what the payday is. What is going to be the
something
receipt.
horrible is going to happen because never has a more effeminate musician been considered sexiest man alive by People magazine.
And enjoying just this incredible success for mediocre music.
Even Howard Stern thinks he's great. Like, everybody wants to hang out with this guy. He's dating supermodels.
That's a deal.
They break up with him and say nothing but nice things about him. And he makes horrible music.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Horrible music. So there's no way that this guy is working for anyone but Hell Incorporated.
See, again, you're also going against pretty much what my definition of the deal with the devil was, but I thought
it'll happen. There'll be a payoff.
Oh, that's going to be a big payday. It's going to be a disfigurement.
Oh, it's going to be bad.
It's going to be a reason why he's no longer the sexiest.
It's going to be a Paul Walker sort of ordeal. It'll be something crazy.
See, I don't have him
out of the blue.
I don't have this guy on my list, but I consider him kind of the same kind of thing, like Michael J. Fox kind of thing. Like,
Michael J. Fox, no doubt. But you know what? He is really funny, dude. I was just because they were replaying like the best of the year interviews and stuff, and he made a great joke. He said when he tries to masturbate now, it's like getting a bad hand job.
Wow, that is pretty funny. Did Justin, you write that for Michael J. Fox?
Are you writing for Michael J. Fox?
That's a really good joke. Wow, he has a good writing. He has a good writing team, definitely. Can you imagine when he's like finger banging his wife? How much you must love that?
Well, it doesn't take batteries. You just stick your hand in there and just let it go crazy. Just don't.
Maybe she made a deal.
Hey, honey, don't take your Parkinson's medicine for a couple hours. We're gonna have some finger banging sex. Shut up, Renee. You know we don't have that. You wish I had Parkinson's. I'd probably last longer.
One clean finger.
All right, so where are we at now? Who was that?
We're at Justin's number 8.
Oh, good. Mick Jagger. He writes all those satanic songs. How old is he now? He's got to be like in his 80s.
I consider that too obvious. It's like calling the devil stupid. I think that like when you pick like these rock stars that have actually been like accused of you know when Goat's Head Soup came out and Sympathy for the Devil and all that stuff, people
evil.
That was like the whole thing back then to say that, and I just think that it's too obvious for the devil. He's smarter than that. He has no reason to even mess with Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger's already going to be exactly what he wants him to be. He has no reason to sign him.
Right.
Am I right?
He wants to make it. He's saying, "Hey, devil, I'm here. Let's make a deal."
Why sign a guy that you know's coming to you anyway?
No. You're not worth anything to me now.
I don't know. Are you sure about that? I mean, there's a guy.
Yes.
We don't know. We don't know what he was like as a teenager. He could have been kind of this nerdy, ugly guy, ugly kid. Made a deal with the devil to become this, lifelong rock star who's spreading the Satan's word.
He's already working for Satan.
All right. Mine was a fail.
I don't think so, because I think the devil was really going to. I think he wants to.
I just don't. I think it's too obvious.
He wants to make a deal so bad with the devil that when the devil finally agrees, he's going to say, "Okay, I've been waiting all these years for this big grand. Here's what's going to happen." Nothing really.
Yeah, exactly. Mick Jagger's going to die in his sleep like Jerry Garcia.
You're doing a good job of making a deal with the devil yourself. Well, you don't even need me.
Mick Jagger just has like the greatest life ever. What a life.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, really.
he's hitting on Katy Perry at 18 years old.
What a life.
And he's denying it.
And to be so ugly and
Yeah.
be loved by women like that, it's an amazing feat. It's the power of rock and roll.
And also to be such a flamer and not get AIDS. I mean, you think about all the guys he was probably banging in like the 70s.
Well, he slept with Elton John, didn't he?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
heard David Bowie that he slept with David
well, one of
Bowie.
them guys. They're all the
I
same.
don't think he slept with Elton John.
And he didn't catch AIDS. I mean, there's something to be said about that.
What was it in Africa?
No.
See, he would have got AIDS if he
That's-
would have slept with him in Africa.
In Africa, AIDS runs very fast.
Yes.
You can't catch it.
Ask Mandela.
All right.
All right.
That wasn't bad. For
Number 8.
My number 8, Justin, you're probably going to be the only one that even knows who this is Magnum TA.
No, I don't know.
Magnum TA for 99. Chuck, you don't know who Magnum TA is? It's a wrestler who was being groomed for the number 1 position and to carry a whole entire company. At the time, represented multi territories.
Yeah.
And he was being groomed by Dusty to be the next Ric Flair. And right the same year, a month before he was getting ready to get that match with Ric Flair, he was involved in a terrible Porsche accident where he wrecked his car. And,
Always with the Porsches.
and he has a terrible spinal cord damage, and he was never supposed to walk again. He has a cane now. I mean, he never wrestled again, and he was
he was right on the cusp.
Oh, it happened in April, and he was going to get the belt in July at the Great American Bash.
Yeah.
But look what happened.
How do you get over something like that?
But look at what happened though. Magnum never became champion. Ric Flair continued to carry the whole entire company for another 20 more years. See, I don't think Magnum could have pulled that off anyway. Even if he wouldn't have had the accident, the devil would have said, look, we got you there, but you ain't the man to do the job. So he just cut him off before he even collected.
Yeah.
I mean, Magnum, you've seen the pictures. I mean, all the girls loved him.
The devil found a better replacement.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And had to execute the contract
That's
early.
right. He said, nah, I'm not. I was watching some of your work. It wasn't really all that good, Magnum.
Job
I think we're going to stick with. Yeah, he jobbed him out to the devil.
All right, Brian, what you got?
Raise the level up, but Osama bin Laden.
That's the name. That's the name That's the name that he was asking me about. Sodom Balatom.
Osama bin Laden.
Try it again.
And he's the
Who?
He should be Osama bin Laden, right?
Spell it.
It's on there. It says Sabin Laden.
Whatever. We all knew who I'm talking about. And
I
think he should be number
Osama bin Laden. I think it's
Do
what
you
you're,
know
what
who
you're
you're
going
talking about?
for. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that.
So why did he make a deal with the devil?
I mean, dude, he knocked down our 2 biggest buildings in the fucking U.S. I mean, he's
So?
the number 1 terrorist in the world,
Number 1 terrorist in the world.
and he paid Piper
Once
when,
again,
he got shot in the head.
obviously evil.
Number 1 terrorist in the world.
Yeah.
Number 1, baby.
That's right.
USA, terrible.
That's right, Baba. Bin Laden, number 1. Poseidon, the Poseidon adventure was number 1.
Sodom and Gomorrah Laden.
Oh my God.
I disagree. I think the guy was. Look, first of all, he was born rich. All right.
I'm born so rich.
That's right, Bubba.
He was born rich, and being born rich means you have no reason to make a deal with the devil. You're already the devil's. Like, you have no reason to make a deal with the devil. And he's obviously an evil guy. I think the devil's smarter than that.
I think his deal was he was the devil's kid. Like, right,
Yeah, like he was actually related. He was like a nephew.
You're gonna get all this stuff and all, but you're relative, your kin, as he would say, kinlin.
Yeah, and he went out like a punk, dude. I mean, he went out.
He even had his well, I don't know if they can have one wife or a couple wives. He even had his bra. It's like standing in front of him before they shot.
Yeah, I
him.
know. He went out like a punk. Like, he had the money to have that whole place wired to blow at the touch of a button that he kept in his pocket, and he never did it.
not call Saddam a punk. I banged so many women. Oh, yeah, la, la.
Me fuck your ass and make you humble.
Yeah, yeah.
Brian Blair, fuck to Brian Blair. Goddamn jabroni.
All
A
right.
to the Z. Iron Sheik is on your list, Brian.
My number 7, and I think we can all agree on this one. If anyone doubts this, I don't think you understand the kind of deals the devil makes. John Mayer. We were just watching him the other night, he did not even deserve to be on stage with like Eric Clapton. And friggin' Buddy Guy and all this. This is a guy who, another guy whose music I can't stand, but women love him. He's been with Jennifer Aniston, Jessica Simpson,
twice,
Katy Perry,
twice.
You know, this guy gets the most amazing tale.
Him and Dane Cook should be like they should be like
Taylor Swift. Thank you, Ray.
They should be like a tag team.
I know, right? They should just break up and go out with each other's girlfriends.
Dane Cook, John Mayer, and Adam Levine should form like the Freebirds of the Deals with the Devils.
And he's not even like and he just comes across, he's supposed to be this wholesome guy and things like that. And his music is horrible. It's so not rock and roll, but he can play guitar like a mother. Like, they two can really play. And it kills me.
He was on that Eric Clapton thing. I mean, to be invited to be on the stage to play blues with all these guys. And this little white guy comes out there and he's picking the blues.
I know, it's too good. It's so much of like a Robert Johnson thing. Like, he's the white Robert Johnson. He made the deal.
Wait, Robert Johnson wasn't white?
No.
Oh. All right, this is one of his songs. Ready?
Oh. Ready.
There you go.
I'll never be ready.
Never ready for this.
Ready for this? That's terrible. How did he get to play with those amazing musicians?
What are we listening to?
Who is this?
Wasn't that him?
Taylor Swift.
I think that was the Jonas Brothers, actually.
Oh, okay.
But same difference. Same
Oh,
difference.
is that your number? How did I miss them on my list?
I know, right? Don't worry, Justin's got them
I
covered.
don't have them or One Direction. All right, Justin, who was your number 7?
You know, I put a lot of thought into this, and I was thinking maybe it's not just people that can sell their souls. Like, if I was the devil, I'd want to go after animals, too. Because animals have souls. And
so do shoes.
You heard it here on Bottom Feeders Radio. Animals do have souls.
Hey, can you cut in with that breaking news music when you?
Yeah, 'cause this kind of changes everything. Do I have to become a vegan now? Animals have souls.
You got soul. All right, well, who's this animal?
animals have souls.
I'm going to meet Lassie in heaven.
All right.
All right, that wasn't a very good sound effect.
Was that the sound of an animal's soul?
Yeah, exactly. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, which animal probably sold their soul to get something good? And it's got to be the snake from Anaconda, the movie Anaconda. That snake got to rub up on J-Lo's ass so much.
That was before Ice Cube made his deal with the devil, right? Because there's no way you're going to say that he signed and then did Anaconda.
Good point. Yeah, I didn't put that together. But that snake rubbing up on J-Lo's ass. God, I love
What did
her
it cost
ass.
him? I mean, the snake died in the movie, I guess? I don't know. I never saw it.
I don't know. I didn't think that far into it. I'm just
Pretty
saying
sure the
that's a
snake
lucky
was like
snake.
CGI. Do CGI snakes have soul?
No, that was a real snake. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Rubbing up on that
And
booty.
J-Lo could act.
They casted a 114-foot anaconda.
Yeah.
They sent out a casting
You
call.
know how many anacondas came through for that
You know
part?
how many anacondas auditioned for that?
And they all had to rub on J-Lo's ass.
Jerry Springer couldn't even find that at Anaconda. And he finds anything he wants. Believe me.
All right. Well, there's no reason to talk about this fake snake any longer.
What about Rick James?
Absolutely. No doubt. No doubt. Lived the life. Oh, how did I miss like Richard Pryor and Muhammad Ali? I'm thinking about all the people that should have been on the list, but you're right. Rick James is a dead ringer. There's no doubt he didn't make a deal with the devil.
Again, you can also read his deal online too. It's on.
Yeah, his deal.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his deal has been performed on stage by drama classes.
It's funny about him is like as soon as he started blowing up again with the whole "I'm Rick James, bitch."
Yeah.
He
From
died like a month later.
Dave Chappelle show.
Yeah, like he was really taking off again to the point where I think they were going to do a movie based on that character, based on I'm Rick James, bitch.
Wow, that would have ruined that bit. But that was a very funny bit.
Yeah, and then a month later,
it definitely
he
wasn't
dies.
an hour and a half bit. But it was very funny.
Well, he talked about his deal.
Yeah.
Pretty much. On all the songs, and then behind the music, before there was behind the music, with all the heroin and the coke and the crack. He was,
Oh yeah, it was called Behind Rick James.
Yeah,
and
bitch.
there was literally heroin, crack, and coke right behind him while they were interviewing him.
He and his girlfriend, they kidnapped that girl. You remember that? And they went to trial and everything.
That sounds pretty evil.
trying to figure out what James he's going to throw out.
I know.
I don't know if I know this story.
James Joyce. All right, who you got? You have
that was
Rick.
mine.
Who you got, Brian?
Which rapper do you have now, Brian?
Chris Farley, Tommy Boy.
Chris Farley. I could see it. That's actually a good one. And another one I didn't think of.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I think
like it.
I think that Chris Farley, absolutely one of the funniest guys, really good. Went out like a total person that made a deal with the devil. Like totally went out overdose style. But
Even though that was still his gimmick. His gimmick was that he was like, oh, everybody knows Chris Farley is his party animal.
Yeah.
He'll be okay. He'll be okay.
his, John Belushi was a hero of his. Just like John Belushi is a hero of Artie. We're watching Artie the other day. Artie looks like he's on death's door right now, and he's supposedly clean.
Well, I mean, he's heavier, so I would think he's probably not using.
Yeah.
At least he looks like he's eating. He ain't missing meals, and he ain't skipping them.
Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy was 300 plus pounds, and who would think he was smoking crack?
Well, he was not smoking crack down by the river, I don't think. In the van, down by the river. Yeah, Chris, I think I helped him with that one, actually.
How do you pronounce his name?
He weighed more on Tommy Boy than the entire staff of Tommy Boy Records.
Right. Chris Farley, I think I even have a Belushi on my list. I went right to the top, I think. But
I got to tell you, Artie should probably be on the list. I can't believe he didn't make mine. Now I'm thinking about, I really rushed my list.
Yeah.
Because there's no doubt Artie made a deal. There's no doubt.
Yeah, that deal is going to be around for a while, man.
He's working it. He's in the second part of his contract.
He's going to make, he got a contract extension.
Yeah, exactly. He got re-signed.
Yep. What a bonus.
Yeah. All right, my number 6, and I think this is another obvious one. Anyone that has a television could probably vouch for this. Joel Osteen.
How's he on the Devil's list?
Are you kidding me? Look, the greatest trick.
He preaches the word, dude.
It's made him extremely wealthy. He's like a self-help guy.
All right.
He doesn't preach the word. He preaches his word. He basically, and look, this is a reality. If you know anything about the Bible, anyone that followed Jesus, you know what it got him? Poverty and death. All right? These preachers that preach that following Jesus is somehow going to make you rich and wealthy and successful, they're out of their minds. It's never been done. Anyone that's really followed Jesus, Gandhi, Martin Luther King, anybody that's really followed him, it was exactly that. They are still considered heroes and martyrs, but they wind up poor.
Like,
you don't wind up with a best-selling author, like making a ridiculous amount of money.
What you're saying is, if you follow the Lord, you're gonna end up dead and poor.
Yeah, look at brother.
Yeah, but when you
Look at
die,
Brother
you get
Love.
the payoff. Yeah, but when you die, you
So
get
what
the
are you
payoff.
saying? Like, no believers can be wealthy or in a good position of life?
You know who was a real believer? B. Gaddy. She lived in Baltimore City, gave everything she had away.
I don't agree
Because
with
real
this.
believers don't keep their shit.
You're gonna have to explain
They give it
yourself
to the
a little
poor.
bit more.
Well, how about you just read the Word of God? And I don't need to explain myself at all because this ain't that kind of show.
I mean, but dude, he supposedly saves people.
Who's he saving?
It's a work.
People.
It's a work. Thank you, Justin.
It's all.
It's
just
it's
acting.
the oldest work. It's just like when you see these billboards for the miracle people coming to town, and they all look like Steve Harvey. They're in nice suits, exactly, dude.
I mean, you grew up in like the Christian foundation from your father.
I grew up. My father's a pastor. He's broke. He still gives everything away.
I mean, ain't Joel Osteen supposedly a Christian?
Yeah, there's a lot of Christians. I don't know what you're saying.
Christian single.
Yeah. There's a lot of Christianity is a big business now.
I don't know anything about this jabroni. That's why I didn't say anything.
I mean, and honestly, you could look at the guy for 2 minutes, and he's like the creepiest guy ever. Am I right, Justin?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
See, I don't-
to be honest with
Joel
you.
Osteen,
I don't even
the
know who that is.
televangelist. He's like the original Jim. I mean, he's like the new Jim Baker.
I don't watch that.
Has he
shit.
done anything wrong? Has he been caught with anything?
Oh, not yet.
Oh, really? He's clean so far?
Not yet. But he's big on, like, I've seen interviews with him, and he's big on, look, you want to talk about Christian business right there, eHarmony. How much money do you think they're pulling in?
A lot, man. It's like $60 to join.
Yup, and that's
I've heard
we're going to
of it.
find God's match for you.
Yeah.
$60?
Yeah, they're going to find God's match for you.
Christian singles, not you harmony.
Oh, eHarmony is a Christian organization, by the way.
Yeah, they don't allow.
Yeah. They don't allow gays. They don't allow. Yeah.
You guys say it like that. They don't allow gays.
They don't.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying. It just goes to show that
they're gays.
that
they
have.
gays.
They're not. They're
They
not.
don't allow black people.
Well, they're not a business that is open to everyone. Yeah.
Christianity isn't.
No, eHarmony isn't.
eHarmony's racist.
I'm not saying they're racist.
Say it.
They're racist.
Here you go.
I still don't know. Personally, I don't know.
Well, why don't you
What
go
about-
get Joel Osteen's book and live your best life now?
What about the chick that does the older lady that does the
She's not on my list.
You know what I'm talking about though?
Paula Deen.
Joyce Myers is
Yes.
who you're talking about.
I mean,
she's not on my list.
I mean, is she like the same deal as Joel Osteen?
I've actually seen Joyce Myers live. I would have to say yeah, kind of yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's a big business. I'm not buying it.
Why? Because they sell books?
No, because look, dude, and I don't want to get into a whole religious discussion with you.
I know.
What is Christianity? What is Christianity? It's following Jesus Christ. It's doing what Jesus did.
Right.
What did Jesus do?
Down the cross?
Never made a dime.
What would Jesus do? Is more like it.
Jesus never made a dime. Jesus gave everything he had away. He fucking did nothing but hang out with like the lowest people in society. He was always there for the people that needed him the most, and he was not fans of the church. He wasn't fans of the wealthy. When they would use the church to make money, he went in, and that's the only time Jesus flipped out, is when they were using the church to make money. He went in, broke everything up, busted it up, grabbed the whip, beat the shit out of people. That's the only time Jesus flipped out. Read the Bible. I don't have time to recap it all for you.
Yo, quick question. You think Jesus breastfed when he was a baby?
I think he probably did, yeah.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
There's no doubt. They say that there's new research that says breastfeeding is very beneficial.
Is that blasphemy to talk about? Like
Jesus
Christ?
breastfeeding?
Yeah, off the Virgin Mary.
Why would it be blasphemy?
I don't know. It just seems like someone
He was a
people would
human.
be upset.
He was a human. He woke up in the middle of the night with a boner, I'm sure.
Whoa! Whoa! I don't think so. I don't think Jesus got
Oh, no. Oh, he can't be that human.
No, come on.
All right, next.
You crossed the line.
It's back to you now, isn't it?
Oh, is it? All right. No, I just did Joel and it started this
Okay.
whole...
Well, that would be then Justin to be next.
Yeah, Justin, you're
Yeah,
up.
it's about time. The black guy who created rock and roll. So back in the 30s, there was this guitar player. I think his name was like Robert Johnson or something. And he created rock and roll.
Well,
and
yeah, this is... Yeah.
so anyway, this dude, I was reading about
He
this
created
online.
rock and roll.
Yeah, this black guy, he's playing. First of all, he's African.
He was a great blues-
He's African American.
He's a big
He's playing
blues
rock
guy.
and roll in the 30s. Like, come on.
He wrote Sweet Home Chicago,
Yeah.
didn't he?
How dare him?
Yeah,
I mean-
but Robert Johnson, that's like where the whole deal with the devil came from.
I know.
He was
Crossroads.
he was the first guy the devil signed.
Yeah.
Oh,
First round draft pick.
that would make sense. Why I typed
Everybody knows he made a deal with the devil.
in. So when I went on the internet, I typed in people who made deals with the devil. He
that's
was
why
the first
he came
one
up.
that came up.
Exactly.
Ah.
Exactly. All right, go ahead, Chad.
I hate saying this one because I really don't even want to believe it's true, but Andy Kaufman.
Wow.
That could be.
I mean,
Well, that falls right into your theory of the payoff.
yeah, because the payoff, people were still believing that he's alive, and the dude's dead. I mean, he was the funny guy. He got millions of dollars on top of the world. He had all these creative ideas. He was getting ready to really blow up.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, lung cancer. Never even smoked.
Wow. And
made
never
it
even
through.
smoked. That is brutal.
And that's
That
why
is-
people
and you know what
think-
that does? And that is such a devil move to give lung cancer to someone that doesn't smoke, because it makes all the smokers go, see?
Yeah.
Anybody can get lung cancer.
It's just deals.
Yeah, it's like, it's like I'm going to keep smoking.
He's
Why does it
like
matter?
he's like a big spokesperson for the devil.
Yeah.
Like, you know, for cigarette smokers. Oh, look, Andy Kaufman died.
I could totally see that deal going down.
But I
But
love
I
Andy
have to ask
Kaufman.
Justin, are you an Andy Kaufman fan?
Definitely.
Because your style of anti-comedy
Yeah.
is very similar.
And honestly, I think I was introduced to him more for his involvement in pro wrestling.
Really?
That whole gimmick he did with Jerry Lawler was
Oh, yeah.
Story in
incredible.
itself right there.
That is
I've seen it.
brilliant and is one of the most amazing things I've ever watched.
You know,
I just-
he never cashed one check from Lawler.
Wow.
He was there for about
You
a
know,
year and a
Wendy
half.
Ramage does not have a Lawler story.
Yeah, I ain't buying that.
I'm sure she's got some stories.
Uh-huh.
She just doesn't want to tell him.
Yeah, hopefully Andy Kaufman is
He
still
lied
alive.
about his name.
Yeah.
She don't recognize Lawler.
She don't. Yeah, she knows him as something else, definitely. under his check-in name at the motel.
Oh, Jerry Lawley.
Terry Lawler.
Yeah. All right, who you got?
Brian, back to you.
Sheila Dixon. You know,
Sheila Dixon.
she's the governor for Baltimore.
I think she was a mayor.
She was the mayor. Remember, she was
awesome.
she was the one that got caught with the gift card scandal, and she was the one that got caught by having the city plow.
So that was her big payoff. She got
No.
to be the mayor
no, she
Of
got
Baltimore.
of
City.
Baltimore,
She
the
got,
heroin capital of the world.
That's winning, baby.
Who would sign for that? Yes, absolutely. Of the country.
I thought it was
Not the
great that
world.
she had the city plow her streets first before anybody else's. When it was snowed and stuff, and her neighbors were all bitching.
I gotta tell you, that's an important move. She's got to get to work.
Dude, Sheila Dixon, I agree. I think she did make a deal, some sort of a deal, because I mean,
Yeah.
she got booted out.
But she never actually talked to the devil. She signed with one of the devil's representatives. She signed for really cheap.
A cheap label.
Yeah,
It
she
was
had low. She was shooting low.
Fat Mike's label.
Yeah, she signed for Fat
She was
Records.
stealing all the freaking gift cards that were stolen. I mean, that were given to
Yeah,
the
that just
poor,
doesn't
dude.
sound like something the devil would do for you.
Well, dude, she got a lot of stuff out of it.
She embezzled, is what he's.
I heard she didn't pay Fingerhut.
With all them gift cards she got, there wasn't one.
She
finger
ordered one year. She ordered a ridiculous amount of Christmas gifts and didn't pay Fingerhut.
left, and the devil's knocking. Here comes the devil. Yeah, I don't like Sheila Dixon anyway. When I went to that Cal Ripken Hall of Fame game, and she announced him.
Yeah.
47,000 boos. It was the greatest thing I've ever been a part of. I mean, everybody throwing debris, trash onto the field, and she's trying to say, "I love you, Baltimore," and Baltimore was showing her the love.
All right, guys, we got to do a lightning round because we're running out of time here. All right, my number 5 is Henry Rushman, the inventor of glitter. And I say this for a couple of reasons. I hope the guy made a deal with the devil because I haven't had tornado over my house in weeks, and I'm still finding glitter. And when you get a card that has glitter on it, it never goes away. It's like getting anthrax in an envelope. It's like the worst thing you can do to somebody. All right.
Agreed.
Justin.
For me, it's my middle school sweetheart, Rebecca Brown, because we were dating in middle school. She went away to
I knew one of
camp.
these was coming.
She went to camp, okay, and we were writing. This is before email and all that shit.
Uh-huh.
So we're writing back and forth, and she gets back. She has huge titties. Like this is going in the 9th grade, right? All of a sudden, she comes back with these huge titties.
That was the deal.
Yeah,
And that's the kind of
And
deal
then-
that you can sign a young girl to.
And then she dumped me and became popular.
Of course. Chad?
Ooh, man, Nickelback.
Oh, no doubt. Whole band. Whole band going to hell. Not an issue.
BGF.
Yeah, okay. I can see that.
But they made a good deal.
All right, here's one that could have had some discussion, but I think Jimmy Buffett made a deal with the devil. We're yet to see the payoff, but there was an upfront payment. Jim Croce had to die
In order
for Jimmy Buffett to be what he is today.
That's funny.
You can read that history yourself. Next.
For me, it's Vanilla Ice. White guy, pretty good.
No
dancer,
doubt. It totally got the payoff.
great
too.
rapper, and now he's on
Great
that show with on that show with Amish people. Have you seen that?
He's
Vanilla
forever
Ice.
trapped in reality television
Amish
with
Mafia?
the Amish.
Yeah, something like that. Vanilla Ice does Amish.
Well, he couldn't get much whiter than that. All right.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. I could see that. Totally.
We saw it.
Yeah, we did.
saw
We
it.
saw it. Okay, I have to agree.
Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls. And the payoff was totally there. It's done deal.
Good payoff.
Cashed in.
Everybody knew the devil was involved in that deal.
Yeah. Mark Zuckerberg.
Facebook dude.
Yeah, I would just. I just feel like Facebook is
Oh.
essentially evil.
That deal was pending.
Yeah,
Definitely, the devil was waiting.
we
to
were
cash in
yet
on
to
that.
see how the.
I think Facebook is the payoff.
Yeah. All right.
This is more for people locally in the Maryland area. That guy Jack FM, he doesn't take any fucking requests. He plays whatever he wants. Some bullshit, man. I got trying to request.
But he's so
songs.
sarcastic. Like, what's
Yeah.
his deal?
That's probably the funniest thing you said in a long
He
time.
doesn't respect his audience.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right, Chad.
Stephen Hawkins.
Oh,
That's a good one. I was
Okay,
thinking that
this
too.
is a really good one. You can get a song ready for the closer. This is
We got one more though, right?
Yeah, we're going through. I'm just wanting him to be ready. Look, Stephen Hawkins, no doubt, because he not only is like the smartest man that's ever lived at this point in history,
That was his bonus for
He's
signing?
like he's considered like one of the greatest minds ever, but he goes out of his way to say there's no God.
Man.
Like if you've ever watched any of his shows,
I didn't even know who he was.
where he talks about the universe, he's
a guy who's talking like this.
He's a theoretical physicist.
That's how I know him, as the guy in the chair that everybody makes fun of. I didn't know what he did.
He has an amazing mind, but he makes a point of saying God's not likely.
And he also wrote
sounds
that
like
book.
that sounds like the kind of deal the devil
I'm
would
waiting
make
for
with somebody.
I'm waiting for Justin to chime in with. He wrote that book called Dianetics.
Dianetics.
Jesus. What number? Are we almost to the top one?
We
yet?
are almost to the top. We are at number 2 after his number 3. What was your number 3?
DMX.
DMX.
Ugh.
Well, DMX actually decided to become a pastor at one point.
There you go. There you go, right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's working his second part of that contract.
Yep.
All right, I got number 2 as Dr. Phil, and I've said this 1,000 times.
You hate Dr. Phil.
I hate the guy.
He's not even a doctor.
No,
He's really not.
But he's definitely.
But he
full.
did stay at a Holiday Inn Express.
Yeah, he's definitely filling people with a bunch of bullshit.
That's his prescription, is bullshit.
I'm Dr. Phil.
Dr. Bullshit.
All right, Justin, number 2.
I know we're pressed for time, so I'm just going to say this one again. The snake from Anaconda.
Again?
Again?
He made 2 deals? Is there an Anaconda 2?
Oh, there was an Anaconda. The snake from Anaconda 2.
Absolutely.
All right, Chad.
We're on number 2. I think God made a deal with the devil.
You think God made it? I think he did too.
Yeah.
It was an eviction deal.
It cost him quite a bit. But hopefully we have that Joe Osteen guy.
Well, God has gambled with the devil.
He
In the Bible, they've gambled. They
played dice.
Well, they
Shot
had
craps.
Job. You know, Job.
I know his daughter.
God said, "Go ahead, do whatever you want to Job. He's never going to denounce me." And he let the devil basically make Job's life miserable.
What, he screw his daughters, right?
And the whole point was to get Job to say, "Oh, F you, God," and Job never did, and God won the bet.
Yeah, it cost him Jesus. Cost him his kid.
No,
It didn't?
That's not what they bet. All right, go ahead.
I haven't got that far in the book yet, all right?
You're still reading. You're still reading the foreword for Jimmy's book.
Behind bars.
Behind bars.
Tupac.
Oh, well, no doubt. That's a given.
He made the same deal Biggie did.
Yeah, except Tupac got that hologram thing thrown in, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, there was a
All
2
right,
for 1 deal.
my number 1 deal with the devil, and you know I hate this guy too, Steve Harvey. There's nothing worse than an unfunny comedian that is successful.
He's growing on me, though.
Oh.
Well, it's only because there's nothing on
He's
between
on
2
every
o'clock and
show.
3
And
o'clock.
I'm pretty sure his deal was fairly recent. Like, he made it around 2007 when he met that really hot chick,
Yeah.
Marjorie or whatever, and all of a sudden his whole life got turned
Well, he
around.
probably held out on the deal. He was waiting. He was waiting to see I can get a better deal.
Yeah, he held out. He's a smart guy. He's a businessman.
He didn't take the first deal.
All right, Justin, you're number 1.
The Pope, obviously.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because the thing about this, how often does a Pope retire or resign their position? So that happened recently.
don't.
Right,
Yeah.
they don't do that. So
They don't do it. They
so
die.
now there's a new Pope. It's just strange how that whole thing went
Did
down.
you vote for him? I didn't vote for him.
And I applied online for that position.
Pope?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never got a call.
Never got a response back.
Never got a response.
Are we going to number 1 now?
You're number 1.
My number 1 is a hopefully. Yeah, they haven't made a deal with the devil yet, I don't think.
You think it's coming?
I think it's coming. And my
All
number
right.
1 is me and you.